3 years after the death of a mother and her 2 daughters, her accused killer is appearing in front of a judge. The trial for former Charleston County Deputy Emily Pelletier begins this morning. She's charged with 3 counts of reckless homicide. Lauren Lennon joining us live from downtown ahead of the trial with what we can expect. Lauren.
Yeah, Mel, well, each of those 3 counts of reckless homicide carry up to 10 years for Pelletier if she's convicted. Now, yesterday, jury selection for the case did wrap up, and attorneys on both sides discussed a number of pre-trial motions. Now, one of those motions, Pelletier's legal team wanted to submit the blood alcohol level of the victims into the record. The state was not for it. Prosecutors wanted the evidence thrown out, saying there was no relevance to alcohol usage of the victims in determining how the crash happened.
They weren't speeding, they weren't anywhere off the road inappropriately. They did not contribute to the incident itself, which is borne out by the mechanics of the vehicle and the condition it was in afterwards. Not whether these women had had a drink or a few drinks or anything. That is completely irrelevant. Because
by the end of the night, Judge Van Slambrick ruled the blood alcohol levels of the victim who was driving can be entered into evidence, but nothing related to the passengers. Now, State Highway Patrol says what happened on that tragic day in 2022, Pelletier was driving without her lights on when she crossed 2 lanes of Highway 17. That's when she crashed into the vehicle driven by Stephanie Dantzler. Dantzler and her daughters were pronounced dead on the scene. Now, the night of the deadly crash, GPS data from Pelletier's former car showed she deviated from turn-by-turn driving directions from dispatch. In 2023, attorneys for the Dantzler family filed a lawsuit against Pelletier, the sheriff's office, and the county. When the lawsuit was filed, attorneys for the family say the sheriff's office should be held accountable for ensuring, quote, meaningful change in its training and supervision of deputies. No other motions have been filed in this lawsuit over the last 2 years. Now, that trial, again, set to begin today at 9:30 a.m. News 4 will be there and bring updates both on air and online at abcnews4.com. Working for you, Lauren Lennon, News 4.
Lauren, thank you. Pelletier was not the only deputy who faced consequences after that crash. Former CCSO Deputy Clinton Sachs was also named as one of the defendants in the lawsuit filed by the family. Sachs was responding to the same call as Pelletier when the crash happened. He was suspended in March of 2023. Sachs then resigned a few months later in May. He had been with CCSO for about 7 years. CCSO's letter of suspension noted Sachs demonstrated a lack of, quote, professionalism, care, and competency to adequately do his job. Sachs was hired as a police officer at Charleston International Airport just 4 days after he resigned from CCSO and 1 day after being named in the lawsuit. We've reached out to airport officials this morning to find out if he still works there.